Ladies and gentlemen, zombie lovers alike, welcome back to the Round Base Radio Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things zombie talk. I am your host, The Glitchy Fox, joined by my two co-hosts, Drew and Dalton, aka Melodic. We got a great show for you guys here today. We're going to be introducing Dalton to the show, talking about how he got into zombies and his favorite map of all time, as well as talking about some of our favorite zombie characters in the entirety of the COD Zombie storyline lore, as well as a new segment that we'll be adding in every other episode just to kind of spice things up for you guys and keep the entertainment going, which is a new tier list segment. So look forward to that. It's a great, awesome, fun segment that we do. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it down below. And before we get started on this video, I'd like to shout out two people who commented on our video last week on our first ever podcast video. That is Andrew and Damien. Thank you guys for commenting. I saw that on the way home from work one day and it made my day 100%. We love seeing comments like that. It just makes our day, and I love interacting with people who watch our videos. So please leave a like, comment down below your favorite zombies character and why. Back it up. I want to know. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. Please leave a like and subscribe if you guys want to keep coming back and listening to these. We post every Monday. With that being said, let's jump straight into this week's episode. All right, welcome back, Drew. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing all right. It's a nice little evening we got going on today. Well, I'd like to welcome you back as my co-host, one of my two co-hosts. We got our second one here today. Dalton, would you rather go by Melodic or by your name?
You could call me Darwin.
Dalton, I got you. All right. Well, welcome to the show, man. I really appreciate you coming out, being my second co-host. Like I explained to Drew, first episode, I don't think there's anybody else we could talk to zombies about with, like, you know, in our group of friends that we have. And, you know, I know it's just really us three. No one else really knows us. You know, so with that being said, though, I'm going to ask you a few questions just to kind of get you into the show a little bit and get people to know who you are, kind of like how me and Drew did last episode.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, Dalton, I want you to explain to me, you know, you can go into great detail if you want. It's really open. But what was your first zombies experience that you can remember?
My first ever zombies experience, I remember I had the Xbox 360 Elite, like the black one, and I had World at War, and it came with like a month or like 30 days of Xbox Live Gold, and my neighbor was like, dude, you gotta beat the campaign and you could play zombies with me. And I was like, okay. And I remember I beat the campaign, had him as a friend. We hopped into a game, and World at War came out, what, 2008?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was 7. And I remember I was bawling my eyes out by round 3. I was petrified. I was so scared. And then I played Black Ops 1 Zombies, but yeah, the earliest memory would be World at War. I didn't play a lot of it because I played it, you know, a handful of times, and I was just petrified. But Black Ops 3 was when I started to really get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, that's where me and you met in that 2015 era. That's where we, like, I started playing zombies. And I remember you were like, you play zombies too? I was like, fuck yeah, I play zombies. And that was like everybody else would be pissed because we go play zombies instead of play multiplayer with them. Those were the good days.
Had to make your PlayStation party private.
Yeah, we had to go into a different PlayStation party so nobody would bother us. They come in there and just fuck around with us while we were trying to do like the Easter egg on DAE or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, or they come in, you hear them join, and it's just like, hey guys, Miss Rolf is here.
Is there?
You guys doing an Easter egg? Yep. Everybody leaves.
So Noct was your first zombies map.
Yeah, I didn't play any of the original 4 maps until actually Black Ops 1. When they came out with when Black Ops 1 came out with like Shino and Kino. I mean Shino, Verrucht, and Derice.
Yeah, like when they had that DLC where they brought back all the 4 original. Wow, man, that's cool because like me and Drew were talking in the last episode, and we both started off in Kino. Like we didn't have World at War, because at the time, like when I was a kid and I heard about COD, like Black Ops 1 was currently the shit. So I was like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
okay, I'll get it. You know.
Yeah, I
That's
was
awesome,
never
man.
really a big multiplayer guy. I will say I didn't get like a full-fledged Black Ops 2 Zombies experience because that's when um, you started to get like friends in middle school that you would hop on the game and nobody really played zombies. It was always multiplayer. So Black Ops 2, I was a big multiplayer guy, and it wasn't until like a couple years later where I actually went back and played Black Ops 2 and actually played Origins, not on Zombie Chronicles and stuff. So,
It's a big difference.
mm-hmm.
It is. Me and Drew know a good bit about Black Ops 2, unfortunately.
Hey man, that's the stepping grounds right there. First place you went to.
It is. It's like it was a testament. Because that's when shit got bad, and not bad, but like not the best, and it's like, man, these maps aren't that good until obviously like Mob of the Dead came out, and that was like.
I want to say they had the worst maps like consistently in Black Ops 2. Like in World at War, they were all
the pool of maps in BO2 is the worst.
Yeah, for consistency wise.
Yeah,
if you wanted to even them out, like if you wanted to select which ones had the best maps, I think BO2 also had all the best maps. I think it just also had all the worst ones.
I think, I agree, because I feel like 3 of my top 5 maps come from BO2, and that's Buried, Mob, and Origins.
Interesting.
Why? What? Do you have anything?
I would say, I think like worst. It's not. I would say it's probably a tie for me between, because gameplay on my second option is what really carried the Zombies experience for me. It wasn't the maps, but I would have to put Cold War up there too.
Yeah. Well, also remember Drew. So like I had to point this out in the first episode. Like me and you, obviously, we played a vast majority of COD Zombies experiences. I think we've played all of them. I played all of them. Unfortunately, Vanguard is one of those. Drew, obviously, he didn't really get to go that far. He kind of lost it after BO3. I can see why.
He ain't missing much, buddy.
He ain't missing much. No.
Yeah.
Especially when they started giving you purple crystal axes, I was like, this ain't Zombies anymore.
I kind of liked it though. Like I didn't.
It was cool, but it was
the map was terrible, but the Wonder Weapon was pretty cool.
When you're, because I mean, of course you have to evolve and do everything. Because even if you go back and play World at War, it's fun for a couple hours, and then you're like, yeah, I'll probably touch this in a couple months.
I actually downloaded World at War for some gameplay and played Noct. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That is completely different from what I remember, or like at least
World at War
is BO1. It is tough.
It is
I
tough.
mean, not even like gameplay, but like atmosphere. Like I'm not gonna lie, it felt a lot scarier than playing like it on BO1.
That's because that shit's grimier, bro.
Huh?
It's grimier. Like you could
is,
feel that it's like. It feels nasty.
Like the zombie, like even like the zombie sounds completely different, and like
because the other. I mean, this is kind of a wild take, I think, maybe. But I think the only other, like, World at War definitely sticks out to me with atmosphere-wise. But I would say the other game that sticks out atmosphere-wise for me was World War II. I thought World War II was really good atmosphere-wise. Like, it was dark, it was grimy.
Yeah.
Freaking just blood everywhere. Like, it felt like you were like, damn.
They really leaned on the horror aspect. Like, it felt like I honestly didn't feel like a game. Oh no, it did feel like a game. It felt like its own like horror game almost. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, like it almost felt like COD met Resident Evil.
Yeah,
when Resident Evil went first person,
it still had like perks like somewhat. You know what I mean? Like they had like I remember like you injected yourself or something like that. Mystery box, pack a punch. And it was like very dark and gritty. It kind of reminds me of what they're doing with BO6 right now, where they're doing like the mutations and the experiments, like especially on Terminus. But I actually enjoyed World War II to a certain extent for that reason. Like I remember when the trailer came out, I was like, oh, this actually looks really good. And then
I was so excited. The first map was pretty good, and then I think it was the Darkest Shore was the second map. And then that one was good, but I remember the Easter egg just being so hard on that one. Like, if something
Yeah.
with a chainsaw,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, dude, I'm good. Well, on the topic of talking about maps, and like some of the better games that had the better maps, stuff like that, Dalton, what is your favorite map? Drew's is Nocturne and Toten. I think that's a given for him. That's his like go-to. And mine, I've made a decision recently. I've changed it where my favorite map of all time now is Der Eisendrache. I just love it. I think you can't go wrong with it. So what is your favorite map? And go into some reasons why. I think I already know your answer, but
So, are we speaking specifically Treyarch? Because
I know. Yeah, go ahead.
there's one game. Oh, it's Zombies in Spaceland, 100% all day long.
Yep, and that's why I'm glad you're on the show because that way we can talk about those other games that you know. You know what I mean?
Never gave that shit a
IW,
shot.
man, I'm telling you, Black Ops 3, I think, takes the cake for best Zombies experience. IW has to be second. Sorry, it has to. It's so good. It is so good.
I mean, and I feel like not a lot of people would disagree with you in some cases. They might be like, yeah, but then I don't know, some people
Because
might be
they
like, what?
like they did a perfect thing of not changing the Zombies experience, but morphing it. Like, instead of perks, you got candies. But they also added features where, let's say, halfway through the Easter egg, you need like bomb stoppers, like PhD. And, in the boss fight, it's better to have stamina up, but you'll have to pick between those two. You do your Easter egg steps, you can go return bomb stoppers and then go pick up stamina up. It's not like you're not hard locked on those perks that you have. Like, you don't have to go down. Just certain features like that, I really, really enjoyed.
And that's one that I forgot about till like a couple of days ago. I heard that in a podcast or like a video or something. I was like, you know what? That is right. I forgot you could like get rid of those perks that you didn't need, right, to go get other ones. And I was like, wow, that's actually something. It's something that I feel like gets forget about. I mean, at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's very. I feel like COD wasn't in a good spot at that time too, so everybody was really, really hard on IW because I don't think IW was that bad of a game, all in all.
I agree.
But you get stuck in a little situation of everybody's pissed off, so they want boots on the ground. You give them another space game, they're not even gonna give it a chance anymore. So
Yeah, it's funny because they loved. I think people love BO3, especially the movement. I don't think people really cared that much. I love BO3. I thought BO3 was a great multiplayer experience. And then obviously IW or not IW, but Infinity Ward is like, all right, well, let's because they have to be in development, right? They can't wait like last minute to start making this game. So they're all right, well, we'll make a futuristic game. Then people were like coming out like, oh, we want boots on the ground. It was a little too late for them to switch back.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, I don't know. You had, I feel like that was a time of COD where it was like we were growing up, so then we got like the boots on the ground, but we didn't have boots on the ground for so long where we got so used to it. When they threw in AW with the advanced movement, with the exosuits, we adapted to that a lot quicker than the older fan base, like, people that are a couple years older than us. So then you have that split divide of newer players versus people that have been playing COD since Call of Duty 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it that's where that divide in 2017 was, and then everybody got boots on the ground. When was it? What was after IW? World War II.
Yep.
Yeah, and then how'd that go?
Some people liked it. Some people think it's over. It's underrated. I think it's very bland. If anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's underrated. I think it may be overhated. If that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was. I kind of correlate those two the same. So
because I think IW is it's underrated and overhated. I fight for IW. I think Lee Ross did such a good job on the zombies. You had like a legitimate good super Easter egg because I mean, like, we had the super Easter egg in BO3 where it was like, okay, you start with the RK5. But
calling card, that's really about it.
Yeah, well, there was also something. It was like you had to do the Easter egg it was in Revelations that you could do. I think you could do something in Revelations, but it's not that good because it's not rememberable or
Mhm.
rememberable.
It was
Whatever
ass,
it
brother.
is.
You could just say it out loud. It's okay.
And yeah, just
Well, is there like any other? Like you only brought up like the perk thing. What else? Like really quick, what else was it about IW that made you love it so much?
so you could do it on Black Ops 6, which I
Cool.
do like, but the door system where you didn't have to buy doors in full. You could do half doors.
Yo, that came from IW?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Telling you.
Drew, we need to get
Bro,
you
I
to
never
play
played
it
that
one
shit.
day. We need to get you.
There-
I think you would actually like IW. It's
I
very
lost
cool.
so much interest after fucking Black Ops 2 that it is ridiculous. Like Extinction was fun, but like
Extinction was fun.
I played Exo Zombies because that was next advanced. And dude, that killed it. I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
good, bro.
Exo Zombies
I'm
was.
out.
I can't say I have legitimately over 2 hours in Exo Zombies. I'd be lying.
No, dude, I do. I have
Yeah, I think me and
probably.
Drew put too
I'd say
much into it.
I was about to say I collectively probably had no shit like 150 to 200 hours on just the first map before they released the second one. Like
Yeah,
I
I
dumped
played-
hours into that shit.
I didn't play a lot of Vanguard and I didn't play a lot of Exo Zombies. And actually,
You're missing
AW, I was
much.
playing a lot of multiplayer because that's when they had like all the supply drops and shit too.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't just you weren't shooting for DLC weapons; you were shooting for like the variants. So it's like the HB23R or something like that. I think it was.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
H Bear boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get like the average Joe. Yeah, that was the Valve, right? Valve 27.
Nah, bro, you needed the speakeasy from the
Speakeasy,
ASMR
bro.
all day, every
Yeah.
day. That shit was
Yep.
wild.
Damn.
But
No, yeah, the Advanced Warfare just killed a lot of things for me, so I stepped out of Call of Duty after that for like 5 hours, or not 5 hours, 5 years, five like cycles.
I would
Came back in at the very end of MW2 Remastered.
I would even go as far as like when AW came out, since I wasn't the biggest fan of it, I'd go back and play Black Ops 2 all the time. You know, like I still went back and played multiplayer because I didn't have a PS3 yet or a PS4. I said a PS3, so I wasn't. You know,
Yep.
I was going back playing Origins and multiplayer and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, IW Drew, yeah, we got to get you to play it, man. That should be a video. We should make that a video. I think you'd like it. Dalton can tell you all about it. It's very every map's themed around a certain type of movie. And it's really good.
I know. I've heard about the story, and I love the concept of it. That's why I've never talked trash on IW, just because they went their own route with shit, and they didn't. If you rehash something 1-to-1 almost, and just try to like reskin it, that irritates me. But they just kind of took their own route with the whole like going into different movies and the directors having his own thought process. Like I love that idea, so I've never talked bad on it.
You can. It wasn't like the first game because I think the first game was actually BO3, but it has like double pack a punch. But it's not just like
First game was BO2 that did
BO2
that.
was,
You could double pack a bunch of shit to get like different attachments.
Yes, that's what it was. But IW actually, it wasn't like you didn't get it wasn't like fireworks or cryo freeze. You actually got like a more like a gun that did more damage physically. Starting pistols, awesome. Zombies in Spaceland, I think, was their best map, their most complete map. But the way they did the story and all the other maps, they fit so hand in hand like a puzzle. It's awesome. And then they also brought back last map is Beast from Beyond, which is themed around extinction. Like you have the cryptids, and
that was my only favorite part of that map.
You after the cryptid boss fight, you actually do a super boss fight versus the director Willer Wyler, and
I've heard of that. Yeah,
that's the super Easter egg. If you beat him, then you get director's cut, which you can load into any map. You have like enough money to open up the whole map, get a couple guns, pack a punch, and then you can just like speed run Easter eggs and stuff like that if you wanted to, rather than having to like go into something like BO3 where it's like Dries and Drock like the back of your hand, but you still want that shopping free, you still want that perkaholic. You can just do all that and play, and you can either load in director's mode or out of director's mode, so you could play it normal too, which I liked.
Okay. See, I'm not a fan of gobblegums. You won't catch me using those shits.
They
didn't-
they don't have gobblegums. They have fate and fortune cards.
That's what I was about to say. So I like their concept where they had I knew they had something with cards. It was like you could choose them in between matches, right? It's pretty much a gobblegum.
Yes. So what you would pick out your the cards you want, and it charges up like almost like a specialist.
Mhm.
And so that's how you get it. Well, if you run through all your cards, so you can have like 5 cards. If you run through all your cards, you have to go to the machine and spend like 5K or 10K or whatever it was to replenish your cards so you could use them again.
Okay, I could fuck with that.
Yeah. So
it-
and it's
All right, I'll
still,
definitely have to give it a map one day. I'll have to give it a try.
it was and it's still kind of same concept of gobblegums. It's like you only have 5 of this card, so it's not like once you get the card, you can use it all the time either. So because there is supply drops in that game, but I will say it's not for at least for zombies wise, my take on it, it's not too bad. There's no like one card that you're like, oh, I freaking like need this card. Like it's
Like
nice
a
to have all of
Perkaholic.
them, but yeah, well, that's also one thing I really liked about this game. They don't have a Perkaholic Fate and Fortune card, but in every single map they have Ghosts and Skulls.
Yes,
So you
yeah.
have to. It's Easter egg in an Easter egg. You have to do certain stuff around each map, and you collect these skulls. And there's 6 skulls you have to collect, and then there's a game that you have to play in order to get a Perkaholic, which you can go down in the game and it won't like kill you. But you just have to keep retrying the game, and you actually have to beat that arcade game to get your Perkaholic.
That ain't too bad.
So it's not like you pop a card beginning of the match and you can get a Perkaholic, but you can pop a card to get all the skulls, and then you go.
I mean, I would say that if nothing else, it's not the worst thing that I've heard of. Like anything you compare to early Black Ops 2 and Exo Zombies, kind of can win me over.
Was Fate and Fortune cards like not? I hate to say pay.
Could you buy them shits?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like kind of like because I know Infinite Warfare had like their version of crypto keys from like BO3.
Yes, so you could use those, but you could also buy. So there's multiplayer supply drops, and then there's zombie supply drops. So if you open a zombie supply drop, you only get 2 things that could be customizable. Like you could get like a skin or whatever it was in those supply drops that they had in IW, but then it would have 3 Fate and Fortune cards that you got at the end.
I remember that. Yes, yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, and then there was a light supply drop and then a heavy supply drop. So if you got a heavy supply drop, you just got 2 of whatever Fate and Fortune cards you got, but you would still only get 3 if that makes sense.
Okay.
3 different ones, or just 3, because you could get all the same. But they had, of course, like your max ammo. I know they had one where it was like it's like a base one. I don't even think you have to. I think you have to level up to get it, but you could get the M1 Grand at the start of the game, popped his Fate and Fortune card, and it was every kill you got with a headshot, it would multiply by like 2, and it capped out at like 16. So you could get like, there was a method on Zombies in Spaceland where you could have like 10k points on round 2, but I think they patched it. But that's what you used to be able to do and do your solo Easter egg run. The only thing I'll say IW lacks on is like the first 2 maps. Those Easter eggs were fucking easy and quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Steadicom is the hardest part of Zombies in Spaceland. Besides the boss fight where you have to trigger the speakers, but the alien itself isn't hard. You just have to train. So if you're doing it with 2 people, you just have to keep your trains. Don't let your trains touch each other. No tips touching over here.
Nope, can't have that.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
We'll
All
have
right,
to-
so you're hanging on to Zombies in Spaceland. What's your least favorite sitting at? What's the worst
My
COD map?
least favorite
Yeah.
map. Mm.
Forgot we did that, Drew. Forgot we did that. What was your
Man.
My least favorite. Fuck,
Oh,
I can't even
yeah,
remember.
I remember.
I hate a lot of them, dog.
I know what you mean.
I mean, I would just say this is like the map itself is not bad. I actually enjoy the map. But the pure hate
I think
that has come out of my mouth while I've played this map,
I think I know
started
where
to
you're
crack.
going.
it's got to be fucking Go Rev Crovy, dude.
Yes.
God almighty.
I knew
I
that was
can't
coming.
stand that map. And it's only the Easter egg. But, like, I can't. Since I have beat that Easter egg, I can probably tell you I've touched that map one time.
Yeah, no, never touched that map ever.
I will
again.
never casually play that map. I'll casually play any other zombies. I will not casually boot up a game of Go Rod Crovy. If I do, that's probably a Ronnie McNutt situation, and I need a phone call to me immediately to make sure I'm okay.
I don't blame you on that one, dude. That was a rough. But you know, it was so shitty. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, we struggled so hard with that Easter egg. Like when the map first came out, that like when Revelations came out, we went back to it before we played Revelations, so we could get the super Easter egg. We beat it first try. Remember that? Not first try, but after being gone for so many, like however many months, weeks, we go and we beat it like first or second try, and we're like, yeah, fuck this map. Yeah, no.
Y'all
I
were
still wish
y'all were
I
just
had.
frustrated.
Drew?
Y'all were just frustrated.
It was that challenge, those trophy challenge like step in the Easter egg was just bomb step.
I just
was
remember the bomb.
Yeah.
The way we were doing it, I would actually have a fucking capture card, and I'd have my OBS up or Streamlabs or whatever the fuck it was, and I would clip the bomb because it would light up the rooms, and I would clip it, but I couldn't like clip it, slow it down enough to get the pattern before like the first bomb would go off. So like we literally would just have to like guess the first and second bomb. And one of you had to stay in spawn because if not, you get insta downed anywhere else. So like it was awful just seeing my comrade get absolutely wiped. It's that you just see the skull pop up. You're like, fuck.
Well, the first time we failed it and we both like went down, and that was it. That was game. We were like, what? Like, oh god.
That's it.
I think we knew like we were like in for a rough one because like Horizon wasn't that hard. Zetsubo was just tedious, right? This one was just fucking like a gut punch, in my personal opinion.
I would like to
convinced
play
me not to try
Zetsubo.
anymore.
Nah, I kind of
I
like
hated that map.
Zetsubo.
I liked it.
The
I think it's
the
very
water
underrated.
system was
They
kind of
did
cool.
Takio so dirty the whole
I
map.
know, yeah, because
Yeah.
and we'll get into characters in a second because that's something I want to talk about because I know that's Drew's favorite character.
Takio.
Yeah, my boy Tak.
Well, hey, let's just send it then. Let's just send it. So, Drew, next topic I want to talk about was favorite characters. So, Drew, go ahead and explain to us why you love Takio, Takeo, however you want to say it.
My favorite playable character is Takio, 100%. There is no question. I just love the idea of a dude who's completely honor bound and is just like, you know what? I got asked by a really good buddy of mine to go fuck shit up over there, and I told him I would. So I'm not going home until I do that. And I really loved that when I was little, and I just kind of kept loving it.
Yeah, so to be
they
clear,
started
he's
bitching
talking
him.
about Ultimus Takio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could throw Premise in there too. They're
pretty
both
much the same.
they're both the same dude. They're the only one that didn't change either side. The only difference is one found out the truth before shit went south.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I don't remember his quotes being like this, but I played like Declassified at some point, and like Takio just meowed, and I was like, "That's I don't remember him doing that in BO1." I remember him like just being like so serious, but like semi goofy in some cases.
He would talk shit, but he was usually like pretty down to like, all right, we need to get over there and get that shit finished with.
He's great. I do like Takio.
Spit in his mouth. got raped by a spider, fucking turned into a
God,
flower
dude,
person.
Yeah. That was like one of these like not worst, but like when I
No, I
found
think
out
he
that
got it
fact,
the worst, bro. Like out of
Like,
all of them,
damn, for real?
got it
like
the worst.
wait, Dalton, you didn't know that?
No. Like when I found out, I was just like, damn,
Oh.
for real? Y'all are doing my boy like that? That's crazy.
Nah, yeah, like they really like
Couldn't be.
they had
couldn't be my
fucking
daddy. Hell no.
Dempsey was asleep in a rocket. They had fucking Nikolai fought for his life in a big ass mech robot. Rick Toppin,
dragons.
Rick Toppin kind of did a little dirty with Mob, or Blood technically. But like Takio, they were just like, yeah, he got raped, tortured, beat, like betrayed, fucking kept in a jail cell for 40 years or something crazy. Like, it's just fuck.
It really is. But I guess that like that kind of like not that kind of backs up like because like he like that was his thing was like the emperor, right? So like he having served the emperor for so long and then like the emperor like portray him is like damn. You know what I mean? Like how Nikolai, because I mean they all have a semi dark backstory. I think besides like Dempsey, I wouldn't say Dempsey's got like a dark backstory.
I mean, Rick Toppin
Besides
is
losing
fine.
his
Rick
men.
Toppin was just evil. That's all that dude did.
yeah, an adoptive evil fucking guy. And then Nikolai with his wife, you know what I mean? So
Wife for wives.
well, I think they cleared up that like that's why he like the way like the reason he is the way he is about like all his wives is because he lost his one, when the bombs fell in Stalingrad. Or
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a wife and a child.
Yeah,
Yes, correct.
That's so fucking. And then he's over there in Kino talking about, this stripper stole my money.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like that's why I love the earlier games way more than I do the later games. They try to humanize too much shit like later on.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't need to. You don't need to make everybody a good guy. You can love a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I mean,
Dalton's favorite character is because I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look how cute he is. Even on PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 Richtofen.
I'll tell you.
So Dalton, do you like Ultimate Richtofen or Primus Richtofen more? Which one do you like more?
Honestly, I mean, like quote wise and stuff, I like earlier Richtofen, earlier games. But as a full character, I would suppose like just later Richtofen, BO3 Richtofen onward.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean even it's funny because like I feel like they do squeeze in some of those old Richtofen like zesty quotes.
Yeah.
And the newer ones, this is funny, like with like the gobblegums and stuff like that. He'll be like, "Remember to swallow this time," or "Remember you don't have to swallow." It's just like it's just so stupid, dude. But why do you like Richtofen?
Why do I like Richtofen?
Yeah, is there like a
just,
reason, or you just think he's just fucking hilarious?
I mean, I think he's pretty funny. He would always crack me up in the older games. But like real like reason, I really don't have a reason. He's just kind of sick. I like how I like the scientist background behind him. Just always fiddling with stuff, and I'm a very firm believer of even though the stove's on, you gotta touch it, make sure it's hot. So I feel like Richtofen is that guy, and yeah, that's just kind of how I roll with it.
He is.
Last but not least, Draven.
Yeah. And it's I like it because like we each kind of like one, like we're all different, and I like Dempsey. That's my favorite. Like Ultimate's Dempsey. Primus is not the same. I like his design, but I don't think as a character he's all the same. Because I mean, Ultimate Dempsey was just fucking. He's a badass, but he was also like fucking like always screaming and yelling. I thought that shit was hilarious. Because like you load up BO1 Kino, and the way it worked is like if you played with somebody, like if I was playing with you, Drew, on Kino, you know how like
Uh-huh.
player 1 was always Dempsey, players 2 was Nikolai, 3 was Takio, and then 5 would be, or 4 would be Richtofen. So like I played Dempsey a lot, like without having a choice. You know what I mean? And I just
Yeah.
loved hearing his quotes, like whether it was drinking Juggernog and like talking about how it tasted like fish, or like one of my favorite lines where he's like, you know, K to the I to the A, zombie bitch. That shit's just so funny. Or like even like when he would break the fourth wall was just, I love it because no other character really does that. At least out of that group.
Yeah.
So I thought I think he's up there. He's my number 1 favorite character of all time. So even
All
like
right,
in
now so
fiction of all, you know what I mean? Like gaming fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I say you flip the script in, and we go in reverse order the same way. Start out with Draven. What's your least favorite character?
Least favorite. Well, no.
Or one you think-
premise.
Or one you wouldn't care about them getting rid of?
I like my transit crew because I went back, Drew. I gotta show you these videos at some point. Like, some of these quotes from the Victus crew I'd never heard of before in my life, and like that I can remember, and it changed my whole perspective on them, and I love them to death even more. So I can't say anything from Victus, Ultimus, or Primus. Does it have to be playable? That's another thing. Like are we stretching the
No.
boundary?
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be playable. Just any character you think you would like to get rid of. You don't really care about, you hate hearing about, whatever reason you'd like to get rid of.
Damn, that's tough, dude. That is tough. You know, throw away one of the. And I know some people might not like this. Throw away one of the characters. What was her name from Call of the Dead? Sarah something.
You're just talking about one of the actress. They're the actress from,
I forget her name.
chick
I
with
know,
the top red vest, fucking biker pants type of shit.
she's very forgettable to me. Like I can remember like Danny Trejo from that, Michael Rooker. You know what I mean? I can remember those guys. I don't know who she is. I never watched. She's probably like in some sort of horror movie genre that I don't know about, since George Romero and the guy that plays Freddy Krueger is also a playable character in that map. But probably her. So
Okay. I can fuck with that. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think of the Call of the Dead crew, so that's a good enough reason to get rid of any of them at that point.
what about you, Drew?
Reverse order, Dalton's next,
Dalton,
right?
Dalton. Yep.
I don't know. Least favorite character.
Or at least one you care the least about.
It's a good one. I don't know. It's could it be from a newer game?
Yeah.
Sure.
New Sam, I really don't like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a big fan because, like, I would say honestly, like with the celebrity crew and everything like that, they're forgettable. But it's not that I don't like them. That makes sense.
Mhm.
The only person that just I'm like, shut up, shut up, is Sam. And, like, for the most part, nobody really annoys me in zombies, but the new Sam, and she's at Janus Towers at the moment, and we're waiting to see what she's cooking up in there.
God, gonna be.
She's probably with Hugh Janus, and they're messing stuff up, man.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Sam and Hugh. Jeez.
I'm not looking for. I mean, I'm looking forward to the map because I'm ready to kind of see how it ends. But yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna, because apparently they're gonna integrate the old crew. So
yeah, that's gonna be.
Or
that's gonna either
not
like,
the old crew, but a new crew, but old crew.
Yeah,
new time, different time.
Yeah, I'm there. It's either gonna like it's either gonna be like well received, or it's just gonna like OG fans are gonna hate it. I think.
I definitely need to get into the BO6 again, just so I can watch how this flies down into the shitter.
We need
I will say
to play Shattered Veil.
BO6 is BO6 is a pretty solid zombies game. I think it's more toward like a tier list kind of thing. It's more toward like a B or an A title, in my opinion. I'll say low A is probably the highest I could give it,
I'd say high
depending
C,
on how
low
Janus
B.
Towers gets, because it is pretty cool. I like the. Did we ever do the directed for Shattered Veil Driven?
We did. Maybe.
I don't think so.
I think when I beat it with you was like the last time like
Oh no,
attempted it. Did we?
well, dude, I have not touched. You wanna know how long it's been since I've touched Black Ops 6?
Oh,
I did not touch Black Ops 6. No. Remember they came out with the update and my game just kept crashing, and I was like, all right.
yeah, Grief.
It was when
yeah.
Grief came out. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fixed now. Apparently that was happening to a lot of people like in Warzone and stuff, multiplayer.
Yeah, and so that's why I was like, I'm just gonna wait because I've never been victim of it, but I see Reddit posts all the time that it's like, PC always has this problem, or handfuls. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't mind the new game. Like, I think it's a decent story. I like the gameplay a lot. I like the movement. The Omni movement is real nice. I would say that's probably just what carries it. And then they brought back, like the Wonderwaffe and the ray gun and stuff like that. But like, they're classics. Don't get me wrong. But how many times are we gonna bring it back and just like instead like make something new? That's just my thing. And I don't want a new weapon every map. I'm not asking for that. But I mean, do we have like a besides the beam smasher, do we have a different wonder weapon? I mean, yeah, but those weren't that good.
I liked them.
I didn't mind them.
They were okay, my
They're easy
opinion.
to
I
build.
didn't.
You can build them all in one round if you get all the stamps in one round. Well, not one round.
Yeah.
But if you stack up the stamps, and then you could do it all in one round, which I hate.
Yeah,
I feel
and
it
like,
makes it
well,
too
with
easy.
the fire one, it was like we were overthinking it, and I was like, dude, I'm on fire. And then
Oh yeah. What do we do?
well, we were like, yeah, what do we do? So then like I put myself out, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna run back to the sword, and then you literally just put the fire on the sword, and then you do that 3 times with the 3 barrels, and you have the fire sword.
Yeah.
And there's no like upgrade past that, because I like pretty much after you get the sword, you're damn near boss fight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
mean,
it
pretty
is.
much.
That's how it is for all. You get the wonder weapon and it's boss fight time, except for like terminals.
I know, and I don't really like that because I feel like, a good Easter egg. It's sometimes it can involve the wonder weapon. It comes down to RNG, and then I kind of don't like that unless it's like Terminus where you're able to build it like through the Easter egg, if that makes sense. Like Easter egg progression, you're able to build it.
Mhm.
But I think you should have to use the wonder weapon, or like be able to use the wonder weapon, not 4 steps, but like while you're doing some steps, so you get it, you're able to upgrade it, rather than you build the wonder weapon and then you just have to train for 5 rounds so you can pack a punch it and then you go to the boss fight, because that's just
Yeah.
I don't think that's very fun per se.
Yeah, and I have I have that, like, I want to, with Dalton especially, because Dalton plays it more with me. I want to save that like whole BO6 conversation, because I feel like it's very teeter-tottery. You know what I mean? It could be good, like it's good and it's not good. There's a lot of pros and cons too, so I want to save that for an episode.
What, BO6?
Yeah, just talking BO6 and like like I have it right here on my list. Like I want to save for like an episode like we talk about like why is it good, why is it also bad? You know what I mean?
We should
like,
probably wait. I think that'd be a good episode to do after
yeah,
Janus Towers comes out, and then
That's why I wanna-
we're able to
yeah.
beat it. We see if there's a
Yeah,
super Easter
I'll
egg,
play the
because
rest of them and see how they are.
well,
yeah, because if there is like a super Easter egg, I think that'll up the value of the game depending how good the super Easter egg is,
Yeah.
and just stuff like that. Like there's stuff that it's on an uphill climb at the moment. It seems like it's on an uphill climb and then it plateaus, and then it's uphill climb, it's plateau, because
Mhm.
you had you had the first map, which was Liberty Falls, which nobody expected to be
Tournament.
great, but it's actually pretty good. I enjoy Liberty Falls, especially for camo grinding and stuff. But then you have
Yes.
Terminus, which was awesome.
Mhm.
So everybody beat Terminus, and then you're stuck on. Never mind. We're gonna talk about this in another episode because I could talk
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
so easy, dude. It's so easy
Yeah,
to just like
it's
go.
fresh in my mind too.
Flip
It
in.
is, yeah. It's easy. It's easy to go off because I gotta get Drew. We need Drew's answer for his least favorite.
Yeah.
We got a little.
Oh,
off
Shadow
track.
Man. Or not Shadow Man, Monty. Dr. Monty. I fucking hate I hate that entire idea about the ending and the whole swap up and the whole like, man, suck my dick. I didn't need God to step in and be like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna have another game," and I got just the right idea on how to do it.
I knew, like, I know
I'm
you
good,
guys
bro.
so well. I knew that was coming, dude.
I hate this shit so much.
I know you do. I know. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So, well, we're about 45 minutes in or so. So I want to close this off with a segment that I want to start adding. Like, we add like one segment to each episode, and that one is going to be for today is a tier list chosen at random with category and person, and only one person's going to do it. But I'll explain all that when we get over there. So let's jump straight over to tier list. All right, so we got the tier list right here. I got 4 tier lists set up. At random, we'll choose. We had the choice of Wonder Weapon, maps, perks, and characters. So the way this is going to work, we're going to select, every time we do a tier list in an episode, we will select the tier list at random, and then we'll select one of us at random, whoever's here that day. And we'll kind of cross off who does said tier list, and then what's going to happen is whoever doesn't do the tier list for that episode will grade it on a scale from 1 to 10. And we'll kind of compare grading scales, once we get all these categories done and over with. With that being said, we are going to introduce a time limit. Well, no, you know what? No time limit. I don't care how long it takes because there's only one of us doing it. So it is what it is. So, like I said, you guys can't see it, but I will tell you what we get. So I'm going to spin the category first, and then we'll find out who's doing the tier list today. And then I'll pull it up, share it on the screen so you guys can see it. So yeah, let's do it. So the category for today is, holy shit, I did not. That worked out perfectly. We're doing characters today.
Awesome.
And then now for the person is going to be fitting, since this is your first episode. Dalton, you'll be doing the character tier list today. All right.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me pull it up. I got the tier list right here in the Discord. Characters. Now this is going to be playable. So. All right, and it looks like this tier list that I have here only goes up to about BO4. And also let me go ahead and throw this out there. Like I said, Drew doesn't play a lot after BO3. So when it comes to certain tier lists that involve, BO4, Infinite Warfare, and stuff like that, he won't go past those things. He will only grade what he knows. Same thing with Dalton and myself. Because I don't know how well Dalton remembers BO4. So let me share my screen so Dalton, you can kind of see what we're dealing with. Let me go ahead. Oh, that's my camera. Let's not share my camera. All right, Dalton. Drew, you can obviously look too.
Yep.
Okay, so Dalton, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, so I'm just gonna pick one, and we'll go from down here where Weasel's at, and we'll kind of go work our way up. All right, so where are you gonna put Weasel at from Mob of the Dead?
Weasel, Mob of the Dead has to be S tier.
S tier. I like
For
it.
sure.
You
Oh,
like
that boy
it.
shooting at the hip immediately.
He just quick fired, dude.
Yeah.
I like it. Any reason?
Mob of the Dead, not to spoil anything, but there is going to be so not only am I looking at certain characters, but I'm looking at the crew as well.
Mhm.
So, agree with me or not, I know you will, but I think the Mob of the Dead crew is all S tier. I think that whole crew is awesome. Perfect
Yeah.
crew. Absolutely perfect for the map. Perfect voice actors.
Well, if that's the
To a T.
case, let me just go ahead and just.
To
Well,
a T.
damn, that was quick. Where is he? Where's my blind? There he is. All right, Drew, what do you think of that?
I mean, hey man, I can't really be too mad at Mob of the Dead
No.
getting some love. Like, I love that fucking crew. I love the map. I mean, I wouldn't say they're all S. I don't even know the only two I don't care about. I love the leader and I love the weasel. The other two I could give a shit less about.
Billy Handsome. I forget the other guy's name. It's Sal DeLuca. That's the leader you're talking about. Weasel,
Yes,
Billy Handsome, and then somebody else. I forget his. That fun fact. Not fun fact. That's wrong choice of words. But the guy who actually
You're
plays
about to go with
this
this.
fourth character that I completely forget about. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The guy who plays him passed away yesterday or the day before, I think.
Oh, okay, I thought you were about to be like, fun fact, pedophile. All right.
You never know.
Well, he got away with it. Made it at the buzzer beater. So
Yeah.
if he did, he did it.
All right, Dalton. We got Danny Trejo from Call of the Dead.
That's oh man, that's gotta be S tier too.
Wow,
It's about-
dude, you're
it's gotta be all S.
It's
gotta be all S
It's
and
gonna
F.
be stacked.
He just really hates like 4 people.
Yeah, he's gonna be fucking rough on some guys. All right, well, all right, hey, I like it. All right, well, how about we got Drew's favorite character, Ultimus Takio.
It's gonna be A tier.
Ooh, okay, all right. Drew, any
Bummer.
comments?
Man, not everyone's got perfect taste.
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly. That's why they make buffets.
See?
There you go. And we got a huge buffet right here in front of us. All right, what about Primus Takio?
It's gonna be an A too.
A? All right, I like it. Takio, stay right at A. All right, we've got Stuhlinger from
Oh,
the
that's
Victus
S tier.
crew. He is, I agree. Yeah. Drew,
100%.
Oh, Joe.
anything? What?
I said I doubt it.
You don't like it?
Boy, it's not this. Look, man, if everybody's S tier, this is more of like a do you like or do you dislike?
Nah, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Oh yeah, I think he's got some. All right, so that female girl that I don't like, I think her name's Sarah. I swear to God, people are gonna be mad probably.
You
but-
from BF4?
No, this is called Dead Girl.
All the Dead, there's a white woman.
Oh, that she looks different on my screen. Yeah, that's probably gonna be like C tier, C D tier, C D tier.
C or D or T.
I'll
C or
put
D
her
to
at C since you said C first, and you can change it if you gotta. Do you know anything of the BO4 crew?
Not really. To be honest with you. Your stream, I cannot see it anymore. It's odd.
Can't see it.
No.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on.
Oh, well, he don't know the BO4 crew, really.
Okay, so we will skip them. Can I move these in this category right here? I can't.
Just drop them all in F. Drop them all at the bottom for now.
Let's move all these guys. And honestly, I remember them to a certain extent, but not anything.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got it back.
Good.
Yep.
All right, so if that's the case, then the next one in line is going to be Rustman.
Rustman's probably gonna be A tier.
All right, all right. Interesting. What about Michael Rooker?
It's probably gonna be A tier. I'm a big fan of Danny Trejo, by the way. So
No, I figured that's why it was at S.
yeah, I love Danny Trejo. Every time I see him, instantly think of Spy Kids. Every time.
Yeah,
Like it.
yes, dude.
Every time.
Uncle Danny.
What? He has all these gadgets and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Has the little plane in the top of his shop. Oh, it's awesome. That's such a good movie.
It is. I haven't seen that in so long, dude. All right. What about Ultimus?
A. I mean S.
Oh, What about Primus?
That boy said
SS.
SS real quick.
All right, we got dude. Your S
See what I
tier
was-
list.
See what I was spelling? Ass, because Richtofen got it on him.
He got it on.
He's looking for it too.
Yeah,
Double
look at him.
cheeked up walking into Derice now.
All right, what about President Nixon?
President Nixon. Like I wasn't a ginormous fan of the presidents, and like that crew of 5. It was fitting. It was okay, but it wasn't like my favorite. It's probably gonna be C tier.
Damn.
Wow, I don't know. I loved because they were so comedic. I thought they were so funny in that map.
Just a storm, Dick. Exactly, boy. Like that's.
Sounds like someone's breaking him. Just a storm,
I feel like
Sit down.
they have the most quotable intro out of all of them.
Yes, I think it's very memorable because like that's what you see after you beat the campaign instantly. So, all right,
I can feel that though.
yeah. All right, what about Ultimus Nikolai?
He's gonna be in A tier.
Wow, I would put him at S. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's just so fucking stupid, dude. But like in a good
Yeah.
way. But hey, it's your list. What
It
about
is.
it is? What about Primus Nikolai?
He's gonna go probably B tier.
I could see that.
Don't I'm not like the ginormous like biggest fan of Nikolai. Ultimus was funny. I always liked his quotes. The new one, he's too like Drew was saying, like they tried to I feel like that's one of the persons they really tried to humanize, which like understandable, like with the story I went along with it and everything, but he's better just being a drunk. You know?
They whitewashed him. He was supposed to be a fucking Russian. Russians are brutal, ruthless, and shit back in the day. That was like the stereotype. And then they were like, "Oh, we can't do that anymore. We got to make him more like personable." No, he just had one wife. He's just got like medical alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, they really did
Fuck 'em.
like. I mean, and at the same time, it makes those two crews very separable, which I think is good though. So it makes you appreciate the Ultimus crew a lot. Love the Ultimus crew. All right, what about Nero from Shadows of Evil?
Nero Blackstone. He's gonna be in my A tier. Really enjoyed Nero. His aesthetic is gas.
He is. He's a really cool character, dude. I love him.
You want to talk about Aura?
The man killed his wife for.
I was about to say
fucking,
murder.
yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
I swear,
man.
dude.
Everybody an enemy if you look at it one way or
Yeah.
another.
She was in the way. All right. What about Misty from
Misty's
the Victus crew?
gonna be B tier.
B tier. All right.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of Misty. I
Higher
feel
than
like
she
she gets a
deserves.
lot of credit because
Yeah, she just had
she's-
tits.
Yep. So, but nah, not the biggest fan of Misty. I can neither confirm nor deny that I have restarted a game of BO2 because I have gotten Misty. So, allegedly.
Allegedly. All right. What about with that being said? What about Marlton?
Marlton is gotta be S tier. Love Marlton.
You like the nerdy
Yeah.
scientist characters,
If
man.
Poindexter was up here, he'd be S tier too.
He is a good. Yeah, I do like that character. He's good.
Poindexter's real good.
Okay. What about McNamara from 5?
He's going in C tier.
Wow. With Nixon, I feel like that's where the whole 5 crew's going is right there. With that,
Nah, he loves Jay.
Yeah. I'm about to say, please. Where's JFK going?
JFK is probably gonna go.
Need more beans for the chowder here.
Yeah, we're gonna go B.
Oof.
You can't. JFK's got a lot going on in his head right now. You can't slander JFK too bad.
Fair enough. What about? I think her name is it Rose? It's Rose, right?
Hey, you.
Hey,
Who, Miss Rose?
you.
Probably B tier. Yeah.
From Shadows. She was a stripper or whatever, not the stripper, but
Yeah. The
She's
bar
a
less-
stripper.
Yeah,
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bunny Barless.
like a
Yeah.
prostitute or whatever.
All right, what about Jackie Vincent from Shadows.
It's the cop, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I put him down in C tier too.
Yeah, very forgettable. I think he's very forgettable out of that group.
Yeah. I
What
think
about
same with the boxer. Wasn't a big fan of him either.
You can put him in C as well?
Correct.
All right. What about the old, I forget his name. I don't know that actor very well. I just know he played Freddy Krueger. So what about him from Call of Duty?
Oh, hey, you could throw him in. You could throw him in C tier.
All right. We down to the last three. Let's just go ahead and get the last 5 character out of here. What about Fidel Castro?
I did like Fidel. We can go B tier.
Look at that, JFK and Fidel side by side.
Heck yeah, brother.
All right, Primus Dempsey.
He's probably gonna be in B tier.
B tier, right with Nikolai. All right, and then for our last one, we have Ultimate Dempsey.
He's the S tier character, 100%.
Wise. Yes, I agree with that. Wow, look at that. That's pretty. Look at that. There's 6 in A, B, C, and then you have the rest in S. No D tier. No D tier.
Well, I was gonna say you could probably put the BO4 crew in D tier, just because
Told you,
like,
you just
kinda
gotta drop them at
default
the
to
bottom,
D.
bro.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It is fair for them.
All right. Well, there it is. There's his completed tier list.
Yep. BO4, I didn't play it a lot. Just describe some of my tiering.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't get into it. D tier, obvious. BO4, didn't really play it that much. C tier, with 5, like I said, the presidents were cool. It just wasn't not my favorite map. 5's pretty low on a all-time tier list for me, or like all-time ranking. For me, it's a cool map, cool idea. Just didn't really enjoy the map. Like you were saying, we Call of Dead, that actress is forgettable, where we still can't remember her name, and nobody cares to look it up. So I think that's why she's in C. Jackie Vincent, Jackie Vincent, and the boxer. They weren't very memorable to me. I remember Nero like the back of my hand, and then I remember Jessica or Scarlet or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
I remember her so well.
She's the
just
first words you hear when you start up BO3. Zombies for the first time.
God forbid.
I'm
your parents were
gonna
playing back then.
fuck your soul out.
Hey you.
Hey. You.
Then with Fidel and JFK, they are very. They're JFK and Fidel Castro. Misty wasn't a big fan of her. I put the Nikolai and Dempsey here just because, like, with Nikolai, they tried to humanize him too much. I feel like Dempsey kind of the same thing. Love Tekio. He's awesome.
Tekio.
Russman. Awesome. Michael Rooker. Kills it. Not like the biggest fan of Nikolai. Like, I like he's comedic, but like playing as him. I like to play with Nikolai, but not as him, if that makes sense. Like hearing the quotes in the distance, or just when you run by, it's good enough for me. And then S tier, I think that's just understandable. Mob is pretty high up there on my tier list of maps in general. I think it's a fire map. But yeah, other than that, Daddy Richtofen has to be up there. Love Marlton, and then, K to the I to the A.
Zombie arch.
All right. Let's write this down so I don't forget that Dalton did this tier list. All right, with that being said, we'll go into like the quick rating. Drew, out of 10, how would you rate this tier list for the characters?
Personally, I give it like a 6 or a 7. I think community base wise, it'd probably be more like a 7 or an 8.
I'll put down 6.5.
Okay.
There's a lot that I agree with and a lot that I disagree with. Because I honestly love all of them except for like a small handful. I'll give him a 7 on that. Only because he kept my Ultimates up there, and he put Marlton up there because I think Marlton's fucking hilarious along with Stuhlinger. I think there's great.
I still think you rated Misty too high.
yeah, Misty. Her voice is aggravating.
Bro, she's ass. She's a
Hey, man.
D-list if that's the
Hey, man.
bottom. She's an F-list if you could allow it. Like,
She,
I can't wait for Drew's character. I can't wait for.
you're forgetting two big things.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but like the only quote you could really say about Misty would be like, "My daddy worked on a farm." You're like, all right,
Yeah.
that shit wasn't even about her. That's about her damn dad. like, bro, like, at least when you get to like Russman and shit, you're like, "Oh, the old black man that has amnesia." like,
This is
you can have fun with that description. Yeah, you'd be like, Marlton. Marlton's this nerd who can create this all that shit, and he's a simp, which makes it kind of funny. You get Stu. Stu's just like legitimate ghosts, schizophrenia or whatever the fuck you'd want to claim it as at that point. Yeah. Misty's too high up, and I think you underplayed some of my boys in 5. A couple of them are good.
All right. Well,
They
that
bump
means
them, drop Misty,
Understandable.
spit on Ted again on the way out. All the fun.
that being said, Dalton's character tier list gets a fat 6.75. Since I chose 7.
That's passing.
Yeah. C's get degrees, but you ain't got C just yet, buddy. You got a D.
He's like, I made it out of the semester, bitches.
Yeah, we're good. Going on next grade. All right, there you go. First tier list done. And then hopefully,
Yeah, let me hear in the comments where I fucked up, boys.
There you go, and you'll probably hear it if people see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna start rage baiting y'all fuckers.
God, that's the last thing we need. Start making a map tier
You
list and
need
put all
it.
the green
Misty?
maps in F.
Only S tier character in COD Zombies history. Absolutely
God, dude.
amazing. It was awesome. Fuck Richtoff and fuck Dempsey, fuck Pekio, fuck Nikolai. They're going, can you make another tier and make it an F tier, please?
On God, though, I would have put
I could add a row right now.
Premise. I'd have put Premise Nikolai at the bottom too. I don't like that character.
Really?
Oh, they should have given him the Canorium. We've had that talk. I hate that motherfucker.
For a minute, I don't know why that premise didn't click in my brain. I was like, I can remember you always laughing at Ultimus, Nikolai, and Bo.
Oh yeah, no, I love him. He's talking shit on all the wives. You ugly like a bear, like a fourth wife. Like, he's always talking shit.
He is. I love
Out of ammo, I had to kill you with my bare hands, like seventh wife.
Just so random. It's so good, dude. I swear. All right. Well, with that being said, we are currently about to close out with about an hour and 5, I think, somewhere around there. I'm not.
It'll knock down. You gotta have to cut a gap out.
So yeah, some post edits and gotta add the intro for you guys. So with that being said, Drew, thank you for coming out for round 2. I hope you had a good time. Dalton, thank you as well for joining us on your first one. Hopefully we can keep the 3 of us like this more often. If not, like I said, sometimes it might be just me and Dalton. Might be me and Drew. Who knows? So again, thank you guys for coming out. How do you guys think the episode went?
I liked it. I like the layout. It's I will say it's very easy to just start fucking blabbering. But yeah, it's good. I like the sections. I hope that we get some more cool segments, on the later episodes. I know Draven has some stuff planned that I'm excited for, so we will take it should I say, one round at a time.
You read
Clip
my
it,
mind,
chat.
buddy.
Clip it, chat.
Mind. Drew? You got any
I'd say we get to the
words?
debate. Let's get to the debates already.
We could be here for a few hours.
I want to get aggressive in this bitch.
Well, next time, when you get your tier list, I'm sure you'll have some.
I'm gonna debate over the best wonder weapons of all time. It's definitely the baby gun. Anybody that disagrees is ass.
Hey, baby gun's up there for me too.
It is up there. Best of all time,
think
no,
it's
but
number
up
one.
there, yes.
Oh, that's why you're wrong, brother. See what I mean?
All right. We'll save that for another one because I'm sure we'll get to that point with Drew and his tier list, which will be very controversial, I'm sure. which would be great for content.
You got to have opinions out there in the world, dog.
That is true. Yeah, everyone's got their own opinion. That's what's great about this is that we all have our own varying very
opinions
different
are like
opinions. Yep.
buttholes.
All right, we're gonna keep that in, I guess. With that being said, if you guys haven't seen the first episode, please go check it out. Thank you guys for sticking around for the second episode, and we hoped to see you guys at round 3. Peace.